go. We are up and running.
So, the question I have for you is,
Yes.
do we have anything to talk about tonight?
Oh, we got tons of stuff to talk about.
What's been happening?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing happened in sports today.
Nothing.
Nothing's happened in sports all week since the last time we broadcast.
So
So let's start off the right way.
okay, you're Mario, I'm Carl, and we're not newbies anymore.
We're not newbies anymore. No,
We're not newbies anymore.
This is old hat for us.
This is
So we are live, and
what is it? Show number what? 6?
6 or 7, 6 probably.
See, we
Yeah.
are newbies. We can't even remember. We can't remember anything.
So let's get right into it. Flyers. What happened?
They fired Hextall.
And you have to be specific. Hextall, not Hackstall.
Correct.
Okay.
They fired the general manager out of nowhere. Out of nowhere, apparently. I don't know.
Jack's already saying fire Holmgren.
I'm like, Jack, help me out here. I mean, I got nothing out of the press conference. Probably more confused. I'm not sure do they have a clue?
I don't know. Now, we had a little talk before
discussion.
this, and I've been hearing discussions where, like Jack said, fire Holmgren, because a lot of people are thinking that Holmgren's a problem and that Hextall is not. So I don't know. I can't really say. So what's your take on that?
I don't have a take because
Okay.
I really honestly, I'm probably as confused as anybody as to, what led to this.
Right.
I mean, I know Hextall had a lot of power, executive vice president. He had total control.
So he was person you walk in, he'd sit down and you kiss his ring.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much. The way I understand it, I mean, he was the man in charge.
Jack's saying Hextall cleaned up the mess that Holmgren left.
Well, I don't disagree with that.
Okay.
I don't have a problem with that. I mean, it was, I mean, they had bad contracts. It was
Right.
a lot of, I mean, Holmgren was only doing what Ed Snyder told him to do.
Right.
Okay. Let's get that cleared up right away because, they were orders that came down from Ed Snyder.
Right.
Go get me this guy, go get me that guy. He was the Jerry Jones of hockey. I mean, they spent endless money, and that's
Right.
the way they thought they were going to bring a Stanley Cup back to Philadelphia. I mean, yeah, you can blame Homer a little bit, but I mean, let's face facts here. I mean, this was all orchestrated by Ed Snyder. I mean, he wanted Brizgalov.
Right.
Go get me Brizgalov. There was no competition. They just wrote a check and brought Brizgalov in. Was it a bad move? Yeah, because they didn't know they had the better goalie already on the team.
Right.
I mean, so there you can go back and dissect and chop it all up however you want. I mean, Hextall came in, did a phenomenal job. I mean, his drafting, has been phenomenal.
Right.
He's done a great job with drafts and getting rid of some bad contracts, but his trades are horrible. He's done nothing as far as I'm concerned in the way of a big time trade.
Okay.
And the trades that he made just weren't, were not. They didn't get it done. They didn't get it done. I mean, you go right up to him getting fired. I guess over the weekend, you're talking about 5 different goalies in 20 games.
Which is
5 different
horrible.
goalies and two that should have never even been brought up.
right.
Alex Lyon and Stolars, they should have never ever started a game or played in the NHL
Okay.
this season. And for whatever reason, they didn't want to play Pagard back-to-back games, whatever the case may be. I don't think Hextall really thought long and hard about the fact that, 5 goalies in 20 games, where do we go from here?
Okay.
So did the philosophical differences start there? Is that,
So is that what they're calling it?
well, that's what they're calling it, but I just think it's,
We putting quotes around that?
you can circle it, because I just don't know how you go from, the beginning of the season, you just came off a great West Coast road trip.
Right.
You played a phenomenal game on Black Friday,
Right.
and you played the biggest clunker ever up in Toronto on Saturday night.
Okay.
So I just don't see Holmgren making any rash decisions to, let's fire Hextall because we lost 6-0 in Toronto.
Okay. So we knew they were going to probably get rid of somebody before the end of the year. Did you think it would be Hextall, or did you think it would be the coach?
Well, I guess everybody was calling for the coach's
Right.
butt. You know what I mean? Everybody put all the, all the winning and losing on the coach. Let's back up the truck a sec.
Okay.
He was never the fan's choice from
Right.
the beginning.
Right.
Okay? Let's get that out there. He was never the choice of the fans because he came from college. There was no pedigree.
Okay.
There was no nothing.
And
you know what I mean? And
Who picked him?
Hextall. That was Hexy's guy.
Okay.
It was Hexy's guy through and through. He's been with them, but he hasn't helped him.
Right.
He hasn't helped him at all as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, you had ample opportunities to trade and get a goaltender, do something. Sign one in the offseason as a free agent. The money that they've spent, for these guys that they call themselves goaltenders,
Right.
I just don't see that.
So
Jack's asking you about Quinville.
no, it was actually somebody else.
Quinville's would be a great candidate.
Right.
I just don't know if does he come into the right mix here. You know what I mean? Now would be a tough time for any new coach to come in.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I mean? Like right in the middle of the GM getting fired.
Ray Fonio.
Okay.
So
Yeah, he would be a great choice. He would have been a great choice to work under Hextall.
okay.
Okay? But now with the whole GM debacle, he's going to want to pick his guy.
Okay. Jack wants to bring back Mike McKean or Mike Keenan. Keenan. Sorry. I'm
Mike
thinking Michael
Keenan?
McKean. Yeah.
Mike,
Mike Keenan.
yeah.
So, I don't know. I mean, do you think it was possible? And I know we had talked about this before, but I wanted to bring it on the show. Do you think it was possible they told him to fire Hackstall and he said no?
I do not.
Okay.
I don't. I honestly do not.
Do you think that's a
Because
fireable offense?
I think if that were the case, Hackstall wouldn't be coaching the Flyers
right.
tonight.
Right.
Okay, they would have. If Hexy said no, okay, you're gone, and then the next shoe's going to drop, and Hackstall would be gone.
Right.
Okay, if that were the case,
Do you think they're giving him one more game?
I don't think it's one more game. I
Okay.
think they're gonna let it go and see if this doesn't fire up the boys. While they are serious upstairs.
Right. Okay.
I don't know. This is usually the GM doesn't get fired. You know what I mean? Like, how many coaches have been fired this year? 4 or 5?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. It's
and good coaches.
Yeah.
Good coaches. But here's the problem that I have, and this is the problem that I have back when Hextall chose Hackstall.
right.
They recycle these guys. All you do is keep recycling them. Like Hitchcock is now the coach out in where is he? San Jose.
Oh my God, that's yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, I think he's 3 teams removed from the Flyers.
Wow.
So
Well,
all they do is recycle these guys. They all have systems. I get it. You know what I mean? Quinville's system might be perfect for the Flyers.
multiple people are calling for Quinville.
His system might be I mean, he had a lot of talent in Chicago. He
Yeah.
had a lot of talent to win the Stanley Cup a few times. So, you're not going to win here without a goaltender. Period. I just, you're not going to win with these goalies that we have.
No, not if you're using 5 in
It's
several
just-
games.
it's-
That's
it's not,
ridiculous.
It's not going to happen.
But we do have a comment said that's sad when the thing working out the best on the team is great.
I mean, the public relations department's not taking a hit. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
He wants to be on the cover of Time magazine for crying out loud.
He might make it. You never know.
He might make it. You're right.
He was the biggest thing in the news for a while.
Bernie got on.
That's right.
I love Bernie. I'm sorry.
Oh, God.
1975, February 1975.
Yeah.
That was the cover.
Okay.
That was the
All
cover.
right.
That was after winning two Stanley Cups, of course. And
Well-
we haven't got a sniff since.
The first and last time I met Bernie, right? I also met Bob Kelly. We were here for a function.
Yep.
The two of them punched me. So I got punched by 2 Broad Street bullies. I was very happy about that.
That's the Flyer, the alumni, the older players, especially the Broad Street bully guys. They're just
Well,
they're near and dear to our hearts.
Oh, my God, absolutely.
They still own the city.
yeah.
They still own the city, and it's surprising that we haven't been able to the money that Ed Snyder has paid, to players, to get back to that. It's remarkable.
Ooh, Jack's saying firing Hextall was a money decision. I don't know. Why do you? I wish we could take calls. Why do you think that, Jack? I'm curious to find out
Money
your
decision?
Yeah,
I haven't heard that one.
I haven't heard that one either. I'm
I haven't
curious.
heard that one.
But we got a lot of comments here. Geez,
Yeah, it's
oh my God! I wish I could read all these things. Ticket sales are down. You're right. So okay, I think that's what he means. That's what he means by that.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Season tickets have been a problem.
Right.
Have been a problem. You know what I mean? Because you got to put a winning product out there.
Right.
We're going through it right now with the Phillies. The Phillies are horrible.
And they're not getting any better.
They're horrible. And until you get a face on the franchise,
Right.
okay, and start winning, that's when the place will be packed again.
Right. Right.
We made fun of Charlie Manuel, the old hillbilly,
I
that
love
we
Charlie.
brought in.
I don't care.
You know what I mean?
I don't
Things
care.
worked out pretty
Yeah.
good, didn't they?
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care what anybody says. I love Charlie.
And who was the general manager that everybody hated?
Yeah.
You hated him. You still hate him.
I still do. Yeah.
It just, I don't know where this Hextall thing came from.
Okay.
It
was out of the blue.
I just think it's much deeper than
So
what's being reported, and nothing's being reported.
no, right.
Okay.
Right. Do you
Philosophical differences? That's a big word. It can fall under a whole lot of
Well,
categories.
it's a broad scheme of
Okay.
things. It can mean
You know.
anything. Do you think there's more to come?
I know 20 different reporters today asked the same question, twisted it every way possible. Holmgren didn't have an answer. Dave Scott didn't have an answer, nor were they given one.
So
They were not selling out anything for anybody.
yeah. Okay.
Okay? They were as closed mouth about it, that we're moving on and we're going to find the best candidate to pick up the pieces.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Jack. I think you're right. He said Comcast wasn't making as much money with the Flyers, which I get. So yeah, in that, if that's what you mean by a money decision, then yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm curious to see what's going to happen next.
Well,
It's kind of like waiting for the other shoe to drop.
there's a couple ways to look at it. The Flyers are very streaky.
Right.
They could go on a 9-10 game winning streak.
Right.
It's just that dumb thing that could happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then what? Who's the goalie? It's kind of like, who's on first? That kind of thing. So,
Speaking of look who's on.
he's the coach is on the hot seat. He's been on the hot seat.
Of course he is.
He's going to continue to be on the hot seat. you know, there you can point fingers and throw darts at a lot of different things. I mean, Hextall did nothing to bring Joey Mullen back after last year when his
Right.
contract was up, and I thought he handled the power play, on special teams.
Right.
I thought he was pretty good at it. Now I guess Lappy's in charge, and their power play it's anemic. It's not good. You know what I mean? But
Right.
I go back and I ask the question: what has Hextall done to help the team? All you did was add a couple more younger players
Right.
to make it even that much tougher on the coach. Because now you're trying to bring them all together.
Right.
You know what I mean? But you need help. You need help on the back end. You need another defenseman. I mean, we've been talking about a goalie for how many years?
Yeah.
For how many years?
Too many.
We go back to what, 80 something with when Pelly died.
Right. So-
We haven't had that guy.
So why? And this is probably a rhetorical question, but why is it so hard to find that guy?
It's like a quarterback in football. I mean,
Right.
you can count on one hand how many good ones. You
Okay.
can count on one hand how many good ones, past, present, and future.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've asked Bernie this question a number of times. You know what I mean? And he's pretty non-committal.
I mean,
You know
he's
what I
not
mean?
going to. Yeah.
He's
I
pretty
get that.
non-committal. I know one thing: he does like Carter Hart,
Does he really?
but he also said you got to give him time.
Right.
You got to give him time. You got to give him some games.
Okay.
I know he's not playing real well, with the Phantoms.
Right.
I know his mind is playing in the National Hockey League, and that's going to happen.
Okay.
It's going to happen. It's probably going to happen sooner than later.
Yep.
Maybe that's what this whole Hextall thing was over. Maybe upper management, the ownership group, bring him up. What do we got to lose?
Yep.
What do we have to lose? The fans want him. That's all the fans want is Carter Hart.
Okay.
That's all they want. They don't realize that they're very, it's a tough position.
It's a very tough position.
You get you have a couple of bad games, and you're in a bad way because it gets in your head.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, I understand Hextall was trying to play the patient game. He's got a couple tough decisions coming up. Wayne Simmons is in the final year of his contract.
Yeah.
What do you do with him? You're just going to let him kind of like fall off? You know what I mean? You're not going to get anything for him. I mean, to me, I think his trade commodity he's devalued him.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
Well, hold on. Heh. Ryan wants you to be the new GM. I agree with you, Ryan.
It's not. I'll tell you, for the life of me, I'd love to know why Hextall was fired. That's all I want to know. I want to put my head on the pillow and know that, the reason, not this philosophical differences. That's bullshit.
that's too broad.
That's just bullshit.
Do you?
And excuse me,
That's all right.
But I was listening to WIP this morning because I was trying to see if like Al or Keith Jones, were going to be on and had any kind of, a good spin on something. And,
Right.
And they were cursing. They were
course.
throwing the goddams and the shits around. I'm like, when did all this? Anyway,
So, do you think we'll ever find out
No.
the real reason?
no.
You don't
because
think somebody's going to leak it?
I don't because I just think, everybody shook hands or maybe they didn't. And, he's going that way, we're going this way. And
Do you think Hextall saw it coming?
no, not at all.
So you think he got blindsided?
Absolutely, I do.
Do you think,
I do.
well, is it possible that since he got blindsided by this, that he could actually leak out exactly what happened?
I don't think he will
Okay.
for the just the sake of getting another job.
Okay.
putting himself out there.
Yeah. See, Brandon said the same thing. He thinks Hextall's gonna spill.
I mean, unless
Eventually. Maybe not right away.
he was a crazy goalie back in the day.
Right.
I mean, he was a nut job.
Well,
You know what I mean?
if you think about it, most hockey players have to be a little nuts.
Well, I mean, okay. I just, this one has me. This one really has me, and I wish,
All right, Jack says he's going to have another GM job in the next 3 years, which I don't doubt.
No, I don't doubt that either.
I don't doubt
that either. He did a phenomenal job in the 4+ years here. He got the the salary cap thing under control. What are they, Jack? Like $8 million or something?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like $8 million. I forgot to turn the phone off.
He's going to go turn the phone off. So what we have is Hexy's gone. We have no GM right now except for Holmgren, right? Okay, technical difficulties.
Carl forgot to turn the phone off. That's the Flyers calling.
That's it. Carl's new GM. All right.
But I don't know. I just.
Well, I guess we can only see what is to come in the near future. Because, like we said before, something else is going to happen. They're going to make another move. I don't know what it is. I don't think it's going to be a good one. But
Well, I guess what everybody's afraid of, that Holmgren's going to go off the deep end and spend the $8 million, at the dollar store on junk players, and
Right.
fire the coach and hire, Happy to Clown or something to come in. Nobody has any faith in Holmgren, which I understand. His track record, in the past hasn't been good, and I get all that. But I just don't think, Holmgren's going to go off the deep end. You know what I mean? I think they want to make a decision on a new GM, within the next, probably before Christmas.
that would be my guess too. They'll have one before Christmas.
I think, you give them a couple, 2-3 weeks to interview some candidates. And
Ooh, Jack wants to make a trade for Bobrovsky.
I'm all in.
Yeah.
I'm all in.
Why'd they get rid of him?
Well, because you signed Brizgalov to that, bazillion-dollar contract,
Right.
and Bob wanted to play. So you traded him away. It was both sides of that were bad.
Okay.
We wouldn't be having this conversation right now if Bobrovsky was your goaltender. You had him.
Well, okay. So Chris is saying that he thinks Hextall was reluctant to spend money.
Well, he was reluctant to spend money.
Right.
But he signed JVR, who he
Right.
traded.
Right.
Who he traded for a bag of pucks in Luke Schenn, who's not even in hockey today.
Right.
Okay? So let's start there. And then he brings JVR back 5 years later.
Right.
5 years later and hands him, I don't know how many bazillion dollars he got. $6-7 million.
So did Hextall trade Bob?
I don't know.
Was that Hextall, Jack?
No, I think that might have been that was pre-Hexy.
It's pre-Hexy?
That was
Okay.
pre-Hexy. Yeah, that was pre-Hexy because Snyder wanted Brizgalov, who was supposedly the best goalie on the planet back then.
Wow. Well,
And now he's available. Columbus wants to deal him because they're not doing well.
so then who do we trade to get him?
Well, you could put, I don't know, Simmons and a prospect,
Okay.
Jake Voracek and a prospect.
Well, second round draft pick.
There you go. I'm all in.
All right.
I'm all in.
All right. So you can be a GM. Jack will be your assistant.
No,
Or
Jack
vice versa.
Jack can be the GM, and him and I'll just drink beers.
Oh, he also wants to trade Voracek.
Well, that's another contract that they paid him a lot of money, and it's just never happened.
Okay.
He's supposed to be that sniper guy. He's supposed to be a goal scoring guy.
God.
It's just not happening with him. You see a period or two where he's on fire, and you think, okay, it's going to happen.
And
But it
then-
hasn't
then
happened.
he fizzles out, right?
It hasn't happened. I mean, their first line is in check. Their second line's not. I mean, they're not a bad hockey team. They're not bad. Couple pieces.
They're just not being coached right, too.
Well,
And it's a mix of things.
how do you
but
go? I mean, what do we figure? They're 10, 11, and 2.
10, 11, 2, right?
I mean, it's not like they've only won 2 games.
Right.
This
They're-
isn't a horrible hockey team.
No, they are in last, though.
Well, because there's a lot of good hockey teams out there.
Right.
We're only 2 or 3 players away. And one of them, and I keep saying it, one of them's a goalie. And you can't get somebody to stop the damn puck.
Yeah, you're done.
You're done.
Right.
I don't care how bad your defense is. 1-on-1, that goalie's got to stop the puck.
Yeah. Just like if you can't find somebody to throw the ball.
So,
So, all right. So we move on.
we done beating up the Flyers?
I think we're done beating up the Flyers.
I mean, everybody knows my passion for, for the orange and black.
I know.
I mean, it's, I mean, all 4 teams. All 4 teams. But the Flyers, because I go all the way back to high school when they won the Cup.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's you've been through a lot. We've been
Yeah.
through the Lindros saga with Clark. We've been through, guys, ending their careers early with head injuries. I mean, it's just been, we've had a lot of drama here with the Flyers.
Yeah.
A lot of drama.
But it's been a lot of drama for a long time.
And we're just so hungry to
Yeah.
hoist Lord Stanley.
Yep.
That's what it comes down to.
Ray wants to bring up Isaac Ratcliffe.
Another young player.
Yeah.
Another young player. You
Yeah.
got enough of them on the team. You know what I mean? You got enough on them, young guys on the team. You got to, you got to get them in the system.
Yeah, I think we all want to see him with a cup.
So,
Soon. Sooner than later.
but I thought our headline story for the week was going to be,
The Eagles. And they got trumped.
I mean,
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Most important comment. Our one female that has big sports knowledge is hockey illiterate. So we just went a whole half hour without her knowing what we're talking about.
let's see, I blame her husband for that. Tom should be schooling her on the greatest game in the world. Come on.
And they're both watching, by the way.
Good.
So
Good.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll learn something.
Hey, Larry.
I know I know she'll get something out of it. Tom, on the other hand, he probably he's no.
Yeah.
No, Belinda definitely. She's probably got the game on in the back. Tom on the other end. Anyway. Yeah. So we
right.
got a win. We got a win
We
on
did.
Sunday.
It was not pretty.
Didn't I just ask for a win? I just asked for a win. I didn't care.
A win's a win.
You can
A win is a win, and I'll take it. I'm just
5-6, 1 game out.
right.
We're Saints fans Thursday night.
Yeah.
They got to beat the Cowboys Monday night.
Tom's defended himself, saying he's tried to get her to watch hockey. I don't believe you, Tom.
And I don't believe you. So, Monday night, Washington.
Yeah. What do you think they're going to do against Washington? It's going to be a tough game.
But they don't have their quarterback. We just talked.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
We just talked.
I completely
we just
forgot
talked
about
the
that.
position.
I completely forgot about that.
So
yeah.
they don't have their number 1 quarterback.
I completely forgot about that. Yeah.
So at home, that should be a winnable game. I'm sorry.
Well, it's at home.
That should be a winnable
They
game.
got their second string in, right? So, yeah, our defense has to step up.
And I think the defense got a shot in the arm with Tim Jernigan's being back on the line.
Yeah.
They got that push going up front, and I think that's huge because it all starts up front.
Yeah.
It all starts up front.
Yep.
So
And-
you get the push up front.
Belinda, I disagree with you. Well, no, okay. Sorry, I read that wrong. She said they should have lost, and the Giants sat down. I think they got lucky.
Okay, can we start deleting people? That's a delete.
We're not deleting Belinda.
That's a delete.
We can't delete. Dan can't delete her.
When a team allows you just to do anything that they wanted to do in the second half,
Right.
they deserve to lose.
Yep.
It was the tale of two halves. What made the coach think that he could win the second half by not putting his best player on the field?
Well,
Talk about getting fired. He should be fired. He has to be fired for not putting your best player on the field.
did he say what his thought was in doing that?
No, he just kind of danced around it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
God.
He's not hurt. He wasn't hurt.
Okay, so Jernigan and Cox will dominate. Okay, I'm okay with that. And then
Michael Bennett, don't forget Michael Bennett.
well, it says Jones, Mills, and Maddox are supposed to be back this week.
Hey, the
I'll
young
take
guys,
anybody back
the
that-
young
that can-
guys after supposedly Malcolm Jenkins went to Schwartz
Right.
and said we need to simplify things, make things a little bit less stressful
Right.
on the play calling, and kind of get things ironed out a little bit. They played a little better in the second half.
What are the chances of Washington going through Joe Theismann? Sorry, 230 plus. Yeah, 230 plus years later. Well,
No, Joe's retired.
yeah.
That would be us bringing back Norm Snead. So,
God.
they're still fighting through a lot of injuries. I'll go on record. I don't think Carson's 100% healthy.
You think it's up here?
No, I think he's just not 100% recovered from the surgery.
Okay, so then do we bring Foles back in?
No, that'll never happen. Not
Okay.
at this point. Not unless Carson was to get hurt.
Okay.
And I don't wish that on anybody.
No, not at all.
Foles got us
To where we
the
need to
Super
go.
Bowl last year.
Right.
Love him. He'll never have to buy a beer in this town.
I don't think anybody on that team's going to have to buy a beer.
So,
So,
I think I'm hoping this time next week. We're talking to talking
Playoffs?
up. Well, I mean, I don't want to start talking playoffs. I want
Okay,
to take
you don't
one
wanna
game.
jinx it?
I want to take one game at a time. One game at a time. What did I read after the Giants game last year? They ran the table like 9 in a row or something.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So, the Giants have been like a good luck charm for
Yeah.
us.
So we'll see what happens. And we play them again?
No, we
We played them.
We're
Okay.
two-
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
we're-
right.
we're 2-0
God, I
against
remember
them.
that game. Never mind.
Yeah.
But we play Washington twice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Last game of the season,
And
Cowboys.
it's there. Ugh.
Last game of the season. It could all come down to that.
I think it's going to.
Could all come down to
I think
But-
it's going to.
But
Because,
let me back it up.
yeah.
Back it up. One game at a time. Monday night in Philadelphia, Washington Redskins.
Okay. And how much we win by? Or you're not calling it?
You
just
know
calling
what?
for a win.
I'm not in the business of predicting scores and all that
All right.
nonsense.
You
Because
just
you know
calling-
what?
She's calling for a W.
I just need the W. I just need the W. I don't care how you get it done.
All right.
I just look for them to hopefully put 4 quarters together. And how about our kicker? Give some love to
Yeah.
to our kicker again.
Yes.
Give some love to our kicker.
Yeah.
Our kicker, our punter. You know what I mean? I mean, these guys are special teams. They're making plays. So let's give some love to to Elliott.
Well, Ryan's calling for Eagles by 10. I'll take it. I'll take 1. Don't matter.
As long as we're on the plus side of the ledger, I'm all in.
Yeah. And Tom, I do agree with you. I think Wentz is not going to be 100% till next year.
That's a tough injury to come back from. You know what I mean? He just doesn't look. Does he look comfortable in the pocket to you?
No, he doesn't look comfortable at all.
I mean, I understand he's getting sacked more, but he was breaking out of a lot of that. Prior to the injury,
Right.
he was getting out of them situations. He
Yeah.
was doing a heck of a job of, seeing guys downfield more. I just don't think he's not 100%.
Right.
I just don't think he's 100%.
Do you think it's all physical, or you think some of it's mental?
Well,
I think it's a
I think the
little bit.
physical part, leads to the mental part.
Right.
Because the frustration was there the week before
Oh,
throwing
yeah.
the helmet.
You can definitely see he's frustrated.
You never saw that in
Nope,
Carson.
not before.
You never saw that, and I just, the kid went through, a heck of an injury, in a young part of his career.
Well, Belinda's saying she only sees him winning 3 games out of the rest of the season.
I told you to delete her. We don't need people like that.
No,
She got to go. That's the bad influence right
that's
there.
Tom.
That's the bad influence.
So we delete Tom.
No, they both got to go. They got to work their way back. They work their way back. You can't jump off. There's no jumping on and off the bandwagon. I'm sorry. That's like the rest of these guys out
God.
there jumping off the bandwagon. You can't.
I'm not.
Can't jump off the bandwagon.
Well, I might be hanging off sometimes,
Well,
but
it's okay.
I'm still on.
It's okay. You can't give up on your team. Christ, it took us 52 years for crying out loud.
I just hope it doesn't take another 52 years. Because I don't plan on being 104 next time they win one.
I can't believe Belinda's selling out.
She's not. She's trying to be honest.
That's not being honest.
Yeah,
That's
it
just
is.
that's bad husbanding. Yeah.
Well, Larry said he's afraid to say anything. Don't be afraid to say anything, Larry. You can say anything you want.
Absolutely. Wait till we start taking live calls.
Yeah. Then we just hang up on him.
Right? That's what Al Morgani and Angelo do.
Yeah.
They just hang up on people.
Yep.
They just
Oh,
hang up.
God. So, what's next? They're talking about goalies. Yeah, they're talking about goalies up there.
Wow, Stolars is starting tonight?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Well,
going
what's up with
in
that?
for a loss. What time they start? 8?
Where's Jack Broder? What's up with that, Jack? Why is Stolars starting?
Yeah, we know, Tom. At least I know that. Tom's never jumped off the bandwagon. Where's Jack? All right. Anyway, what's next? Sixers?
The Butler. Huh?
He's kicking ass.
He is he's a great player.
Yeah.
He really is. I didn't follow him much between, where was he? Chicago and Minnesota. I didn't follow him much. But he's a great player. And when great players want the ball at the end of the game, great things are going to happen. And he's only been here for 4 games? And he's hit 2 game-winning shots.
Okay.
So, I mean,
Chris wants to put Grady in the net. He might do a better job.
I don't know. I'm dazed and confused. I like I said, we need a goalie.
Yeah.
I mean, this kid had a career-ending, injury, and they're forcing him back
God, that's ridiculous.
I don't understand it.
Well,
I
we'll
just
see what
don't-
happens.
I don't understand.
We'll see what happens.
You know.
But let's get back to Butler.
Yeah, I mean, they're playing well. They're playing well, even with all the chitter chatter of Marquise Fultz. I mean, he's just, they might as well just wave goodbye to him. I mean, his feelings are hurt. I mean, there's no minutes for him.
Right.
Now he supposedly got a hurt shoulder, or so they're going to try to move him.
Okay.
I'm not so sure. Maybe we could package up, a couple Flyers and a Fultz, and get a goalie or something. I don't know. I mean, that don't make any sense to me. I guess you're talking about a regime. He was drafted by, I guess, Colangelo,
Right.
Brian Colangelo. So, maybe it was a horrible pick.
Well.
I mean, that's what everybody's saying, and but the team that they have with the 3 players, and you throw in JJ Redick, who's just phenomenal.
Yeah.
He's phenomenal.
Yep.
And I guess they got in. Do they have enough? Do they have enough to make a run? In the Eastern Conference, do
they
they
seem
have
to be doing
enough?
pretty good.
I mean, I guess we got to see them once they start playing Boston and Toronto and the big teams.
Ooh, Chris wants to trade Fultz for Dario.
Why would they do that?
I don't know. Why?
Why would they?
What's
do
your
that?
reasoning behind that, Chris?
Why? I mean, Minnesota wouldn't do that.
No.
No, you'd have to throw in a draft pick, to make that happen.
Eh,
I mean,
might not be a bad thing.
I love Dario. I mean, you bring him back on this squad.
Yeah.
Wow. Pretty
All right.
awesome. Pretty awesome.
All
Pretty
right.
awesome.
We done with Sixers?
I mean, they're winning, baby.
They are.
They're winning. They didn't fire their general manager, and they stayed in house, right?
Yes, they
stayed
did.
in house with with hiring a former player.
Yeah, and they finally lost a home game.
Finally
Right.
lost a home game.
So we knew it had to happen sooner
They're
or
not
later.
going to win. Well, they're blaming that on that young lady, that Jenner girl.
Oh, really?
That Jenner girl that dates.
Yeah.
Simmons.
Yeah. Yeah, I forget who it was. One of the Kardashians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she don't use that name.
I don't know. I have no idea.
I don't follow all that.
Jenner
drama.
Kardashian,
I
they're
got
all
enough.
the same.
I got enough to follow. I got enough to follow. You know what I mean?
Oh, man. Right.
So, I guess the big news coming out of
Philly camp?
Phillies
Yeah.
on the other side of Patterson Avenue is the fact that
Oh, Kendall Jenner. It was
Kendall Jenner. Yeah.
Thanks, Chris.
Kendall Jenner. Love you. Yikes. Patrick Corbin,
Yes.
the number one pitching free agent on the market, supposedly was in Philadelphia today.
Okay.
Um,
We were going to have him on the show, but he turned us down.
well, he's busy. He's busy. He said they were going to some 5-star restaurant, and it wasn't PJ Willihan's.
And we were not invited.
No.
All right.
He said maybe next time.
All right.
So
We'll hold him to that.
supposedly he was in Philly today to see what the Phillies had to offer.
Okay.
Wanted to tour the stadium and wanted to see how big the checkbook was. But I tell you what, that is that's impressive if there's any truth to that.
Okay.
And right up to coming on the show, it's supposedly between the Phillies and Yankees. Where the Yankees get all this money,
Wait.
I have no idea.
Well, they have their own news, their own TV station.
Okay,
That's
but,
where they get all their money
Yeah, but it's
So,
they just buy everybody.
well, they have the money to.
So he's the number one pitching guy. I think we're still a couple weeks out to Vegas for the GM meetings to see what's going to happen. I
It'll be
think
another
I think
2.5
Harper.
weeks.
I think Harper signs before Machado. I think Harper sets the bar as far as 300, 350,
Okay.
400. I think Harper sets the bar.
Okay. It says Chris said he saw on Twitter today Patrick Corbin ordering the touchscreen at a Wawa. All right. He's getting used to Wawa, so that could be a good thing.
Really?
Yeah. All right. So, yep.
Is this a verified follower? This Chris guy?
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You say everybody's good though.
Nah, there's some people who are not. Yeah, I agree with Larry. Corbin and Harper. That's who I want.
You got some work to do. You need there's a few other pieces.
I know.
But that's it. I'll tell you what.
That's a good start.
It is.
I think it's a good start.
Yep. I like it. I like it a lot.
I would take if we could start with that this year, I think you would see season ticket sales come back.
Could you see Nola, Corbin, and Arrieta 1, 2, 3?
I'd be okay with that.
That's
And like you said, Arrieta's going to have a comeback year this year.
has to. He can't be as miserable as he was last year. Can't be. Can't be.
Well,
And if he is, then you gotta just cut ties with him at some point.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
What's he got?
But
One more year left on his contract,
Well,
or two?
two.
Okay.
It was a 3-year deal, right? 3-year deal, 25.
I wasn't
25.
sure if it was 2 with an option or 3.
Is that what it was?
I'm not sure. I'm
Yeah,
not
I
sure.
thought it was a 3, but who knows with Scott Boras?
He's not one of my favorite people. He's an idiot. I don't like him.
You don't like Scott?
No.
Yeah. I will love Scott Boras if he brings me Harper.
Then he'll be okay.
And Reese Hoskins just signed on with Boras.
Did he really?
He's now a Boras guy.
All right.
So
All right.
you may
But-
have to back backpedal a little bit.
Sandy's saying if we get Corbin and Harper, she's going to bring us dinner.
Who's Andy?
Sandy Hart.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Well, I'll take the dinner even without.
Yeah, you can do that. Oh, yeah, 75 days until pitchers and catchers.
It's actually 89.
Oh, 89. Sorry, Belinda.
It's 89 till official spring training.
Okay, she's talking pitchers and catchers,
Yeah.
which I'm okay
She's
with.
getting a lot like Tom. She wants to one up everybody. I see that little something going on there.
She's all right.
You think?
She's a good girl.
Okay. How about the other half?
Well, we take him because of her. So we tolerate him because of her.
They're your friends. They don't like me. Tom doesn't like me.
Yeah, he does.
He don't like me.
Yeah, he does.
So
Anyway,
so hopefully spending this stupid money is, it's funny how all of these teams have so much in common.
right.
The Phillies owner speaking about spending stupid money. Hextall fired because he still had $8 million to spend under the cap and he didn't spend it.
Right.
The Eagles or the Phillies, the Sixers go out and get a butler and just
Yeah.
pay him, ungodly amounts of money and hopefully re-sign him, to a deal. I mean, it's
Yeah, I
this
think
Philly sports thing is heating up.
it is. I'm still waiting for the Phillies to make a big move. They have to.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
What if they don't? What happens if Corbin goes and signs with the Yankees or somebody else, and
Right.
Harper doesn't even entertain, coming to Philadelphia? Where are you going to be? Am I going to have to talk you off the ledge?
No, you just won't probably see me at any games.
You won't go down and support them?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
If they're not going to do anything to get asses in the seats, I'm done. I'll watch you on TV in the comfort of my
Well, that's
home.
still supporting them.
Well, yeah, but I'm not going to go.
You're paying cable.
No, I don't pay for cable.
Oh, sorry. Maybe you shouldn't have said that.
No, I got rid of cable. I stream everything. So, yep, Jack's right. We need more stars here in Philly. So, but yeah, you won't see me at any games
Okay.
just because.
Do they stream every game? Can you get every game?
Well, okay, so they have different apps that
Yeah.
you can use. So I use the PlayStation View app, and Flyers just scored. So it's PlayStation View app, and it's basically you get a lot of different channels, but you're not paying for cable. So I pay for internet to come into my house, and then stream everything through the PlayStation View app. And they're one of the few streaming apps that has NBC Sports Philadelphia.
Really?
Yeah, so I get 99% of the games. There's one that might be blocked out for some reason or another, but then I can
about
always
that?
go over to my mom's house and watch it, or go to a bar. So it doesn't really matter.
Do you get Netflix?
I do have Netflix.
Christmas Chronicles.
Yeah.
Highly recommend it.
Okay.
It's so far-fetched, but it's so funny. What is it? Kurt Russell?
Oh, is it really? I like
Oh,
Kurt
my
Russell.
God.
I like Kurt Russell.
Oh,
But yeah, it's
you'll,
just
you'll enjoy it.
really
You'll enjoy it because it's got a music.
okay.
He ends up in. I'm not going to tell you about
All
it.
right.
You got to watch it.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, spoilers don't bother me. So
Yeah, but I know for anybody else out
Okay.
there, Christmas Chronicles. It's I'm
right.
throwing that out there. It's
All right, that'll be on my watch list.
We stumbled on it
Really?
Thanksgiving night.
Okay.
We
All
were
right.
footballed out, and I have the Google Chrome hooked up.
Okay.
And Anthony was there, and he has the Netflix app.
Okay.
So we just boom hit a couple buttons, and there it was. It was pretty awesome.
All right.
It's pretty
So-
awesome. I'm not a big movie buff. You know what I mean? My mind's so full of sports that I don't have time for movies. So I love movies. My problem is I'll watch 15 or 20 minutes till the game starts, and then I'm gone. So it takes me a month to watch a movie.
Okay.
So
All right. Well,
But you
we
know,
gotta start wrapping up. It's 20 after.
we've
So
we've dissected as much as
we possibly can. Yes. So we'll recap. Flyers. Hexy's gone.
Let me just throw this scenario out there.
Okay.
They play well moving forward, and I think I asked this earlier.
Yep.
They play well, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're still looking for a GM. Maybe one will, come under the tree. You know what I mean? They play well. The coach, everything's in place.
Right.
What do you do? Leave everything kind of like in check?
I don't think you can. I don't think you can.
Okay.
I think you got it. You got to get the goalie situation straightened
Oh,
out.
no doubt.
So
No doubt.
other than that, I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know.
So until next week, we got a lot of unanswered questions.
Yeah, and I think they're going to remain unanswered.
Well,
At
hopefully-
least for another couple
hopefully
weeks.
they put a nice winning streak together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hopefully something positive comes out of this.
Well, I think this could definitely have lit a fire under them. If it doesn't, then you got a bigger problem in hand.
Right.
So
For sure.
we'll see.
The Eagles, we have no football Sunday. So I don't know what I'm going to do. No football on Sunday. I got to wait till Monday night.
Well, there'll be football, just nothing you want to
but,
watch.
yeah, it's just I bleed green and black.
I know.
So,
I get it.
So we got Monday night football down at the link. Place will be
Packed.
packed again,
rocking,
again.
Yeah.
So, a lot of tailgaters. You ever see that parking lot?
I've been down there.
Oh man, what a mess! No wonder they charge so much.
We should do that one Sunday afternoon. Go down, tailgate, do a live broadcast from down there.
I'm in.
All right.
I'm in. I'm in.
Have to see when their home games are.
We got to just make sure we can get Wi-Fi down there.
Yeah.
You got to worry about the whole Wi-Fi thing.
Well, I have unlimited on my phone. We can do it from my phone. So.
Well, yeah, from that standpoint.
Yeah.
But that you could go in and out.
Yeah, that's true. That's
you know
true.
What I mean? But that's something to think
Yeah.
about. The Sixers are home
God.
tomorrow night.
Yep.
I forget who they're playing. Who they playing?
I don't know.
They're at home tomorrow night.
Let's see. I'll tell you in a minute. So we got Flyers are winning. Now Flyers are tied 1-1. So Flyers are tied 1-1, and let's see if I can go. No, I can't. Well, Sixers are playing somebody tomorrow. So yeah, do a show in front of a live audience. We want to do that up at PJ Wellahan's.
And
No, Carl did not bring any leftovers.
was I supposed to?
I don't know.
have it. They were all eaten. No wait. I think Lauren and Anthony took them all back home.
Oh, okay. We'll allow that.
So
We'll allow that. They're playing the Knicks.
there you go.
There you go. Thanks, John.
Knicks at home tomorrow night. So that should be a win, right? They make it interesting, don't they?
They will definitely make it interesting.
They make it interesting.
So
And then the Phillies, some of these rumors gotta come true. Something's gotta pop.
something's got to happen.
Something's gotta happen.
I'm telling you, if they make not one move, you will not see me down.
You're
there.
not happy.
No,
You're not
no,
happy.
because at that point, what's the point? If we go into this season with the same team we had last season, I'm done.
29 days till Christmas.
Yeah.
You're a big Christmas guy, right?
Yeah, sometimes.
What do you mean sometimes? Huh?
I am. I love Christmas.
You're 100% purebred Italian.
Yeah, I am 100% Dago.
So. You're Catholic.
Yes, I am.
You're a good Christian.
I am. Depends on who you ask.
You got Father Rock in your corner.
That's true.
Come on.
Sometimes I wonder though.
Come on. I've had dinner with the man. Come on.
Yeah,
So
he's
you're
a
not a
good guy.
big Christmas guy?
No, I am. Just it changes as you get older.
So are we exchange gifts?
Sure. We can do that.
You know, I mean, come on, the holidays are coming. Seriously,
Hey, I have a 6-month-old I have to buy for.
that's your problem. We got it. We got fans. We got a show.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So, hey,
All right.
until next week.
You got it.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks. Oh God.